Hey folks, this is Billy DKY, the truth seeker who simplifies and demystifies. This is going to be UFC 109 predictions, Demian Maia versus Dan Miller. Big picture, if you look at both guys' records, you will see submission after submission. And the only knockout really is when Demian Maia's first fight in MMA. So I don't really see this being a knockout in this. Okay, basically, Dan Miller has wrestling jiu-jitsu where Demian Maia has an intellectual jiu-jitsu. When I say wrestling jiu-jitsu, it's more forceful, where intellectual jiu-jitsu is more yielding. Basically, I really want to see this go to the ground. I want to see how that works out, see if his forceful wrestling kind of jiu-jitsu is going to be able to outdo Demian Maia's more yielding, which I think the yielding will win out in that case, but still be interesting to see. I think this fight all boils down to Demian Maia is better on the ground than Dan Miller, and obviously Demian Maia is not better with his hands than Dan Miller, so I think Dan's definitely going to want to keep it standing. Okay, so how do I see this fight unfolding? This fight could potentially be a boring stand-up war between two grapplers. And basically I see Dan Miller, for at least the first part of the fight, is going to be able to control where it goes, since he probably has more of a wrestling base. But I think eventually Demian Maia will be able to get him to the ground. Okay. If Demian Maia hasn't learned to use his hands and worked on his wrestling, this could be a long night on his feet. However, I do think he'll eventually be able to get it to the ground. Demian Maia will. However, how much punishment is he going to take? Is he going to be, if he takes enough hits, maybe he's not going to be that good on the ground. Can't remember how it goes again. You're excellent on the ground, but then you get a couple hits, and then all of a sudden your talent just you start becoming a green belt, a white belt, a yellow belt, whatever. Okay, so this is how I see it going. I see Dan Miller using his wrestling to keep this fight on the feet and trying to repeat the knockout of Demian Maia, just like Nate Marquardt did. I don't know if you noticed this, but Jim Miller, who just fought in that Ultimate Fight Night, his hands look really good against Dwayne Ludwig. So I'm thinking Dan Miller's hands are going to look real good for this fight. It's going to be hard on Demian Maia to get past that. But eventually, like I said, I do see this fight going to the ground, where Demian Maia submits Dan Miller, and that's sort of the way I see it going. Things to consider, both are coming off losses, but Demian got knocked out, where Dan Miller, I think, just lost the decision. So I don't see Dan Miller's being a big deal. I see Damian's, will he bounce back strong? I think so. He's a smart guy. I think he'll bounce back fine, but it still could potentially be a wild card. Maybe he's a little more gun shy or something. Hopefully he used that as a learning tool to up his striking and and wrestling and stuff like that. Probability breakdown: 55% Demian Maia and 45% Dan Miller. I've got a playlist out there with all my UFC 109 stuff in it. Plus, I've got 2 videos on a new scoring system I'm proposing, which I think you'll like. There'll be 2 videos in there on that. And I've also got an MMA training video, which I think you'll like it too. Anyway, and like I said, bubble just popped up, so they click that playlist if you want to watch them. And until the next video, later folks.